And this is a story about how, after giving it one more day, one more week, one more year, a lot more years, I finally come to terms to realize that getting bullied was the best thing that ever happened to me. And here's why. Story time, story time, story time. I wasn't gonna tell this story today. Is this camera even straight? Look crooked. Why are you crooked? It's my first YouTube video. I don't know if this is gonna work out well. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite daddy. It's your I wasn't gonna make a video today because first of all, I have this massive ass pimple on my cheek, and second of all, that's it. This is a massive ass pimple on my cheek, and that's the reason why I didn't want to make this video, because I didn't want to be on camera with a pimple. But I realized, like, who cares? Sometimes people get pimples. It's just the way life works. What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite dad, Kevin, aka Sugar K. And today I want to talk about something that's very dear to my heart. I want to talk about my mom bullies. Yes, you. The 3 kids used to bully me in middle school. They don't be talking about you. I'm smiling as I'm talking because, like, it really was 3 of them. So that's really. I got a little emotional there mid-video. Before we get started, guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you can get it. So you can get a ding ding when you get notified. Make sure to turn on my post notifications so you get notified whenever I drop a new video. And let's get this video to 10,000 likes. I'm not a big fan of telling stories. Like, I feel like those videos don't do well. But if you guys want to hear more stories, 10,000 likes, and I'll tell you guys all my stories and all my secrets. Yeah. And before I tell my story, I want to clarify that I am no expert. I know nothing about dealing with bullies. I am not a psychiatrist, therapist, school counselor. I'm just a boy with a camera. That's it. All I can do is tell my story. Do not take this and apply it to yourself if it doesn't apply to you. I don't know what I'm doing. I just make videos for the internet. But the reason why I felt it was important to tell this story is because my whole brand is one more. So about giving me one more day, one more chance. And so it's important for me sometimes to tell the stories that matter. I know a lot of you guys are going through a lot. Some of you guys are chasing after dreams. Some of you guys are trying to get out of your depression. Some of you guys are fighting a battle every day. And every day you feel like you want to give up. You feel like you've given it everything you've had. I'm here to remind you to give it one more day. Give it one more chance. Give it one more week, one more month, one more year. Give it one more. Because I promise you, when you get to the end, it'll be so worth it. And that last one more will change everything. And this is a story about how, after giving it one more day, one more week, one more year, a lot more years, I finally come to terms to realize that getting bullied was the best thing that ever happened to me. And here's why. It all started when I was a young boy. I was born in a very, very small town in France. You may have heard of it. It's called Paris. When I turned 11, I left Paris and I moved to Africa. That's Africa, I think. I moved to a country called Zimbabwe. And yeah, if you don't know where Zimbabwe is, if this is Africa, Zimbabwe is like, it's like here. Wait, no, never mind. It's like here. It's in Africa somewhere, I promise you. If you don't know what it is, that's fine. I didn't know what it was either. Keep in mind, Zimbabwe is an English-speaking country, but I was a French-speaking boy. So it didn't align together right. So I had to go to a French school, which was fine with me. You know, I spoke French, it made sense. I was there through 6th and 7th grade. And 7th grade was really where I got bullied pretty bad. And I always wondered, why did I get bullied so much? I mean, look at me now. Obviously, I wasn't always this athletic, young, African American, except not American because I'm French, African, young man, boy, dad, lover boy. I think it's because I was just too nice. I was just a nice guy. I was a guy that was like nice to everybody. All the girls friend zoned me. All the guys took advantage of me. It was very easy to young Kevin because young Kevin was just too nice. And keep in mind, there's nothing wrong with being too nice. Being too nice is a good thing, but there is a line in terms of, like, do not mistake my kindness for weakness. Except I was weak, so my kindness was weakness. So I was weak in my I don't know, but I was just too nice. A lot of guys would bully me, and it wasn't that bad, you know. There's a lot of small things like, hey Kevin, I like your pen. Can I borrow it? Yeah, sure, here, take it. Needless to say, I'd never see that pen again. Small stuff like that, all the way just getting like pushed around. I'd be walking down to school, some just shove me out the brain. I'd just be like, you guys are so funny. I'm not crying on the inside at all. When it came to the girls, being friend zone was probably much worse, honestly. I remember there was one girl, and I'm not gonna say her name, but I liked her a lot. And we were like super good friends. We were like best friends. And I always thought that, you know, maybe one day, you know, she'd be like, yo, you know what? Kevin's kind of cute. And she came up to me one day, she goes, hey, I need to talk to you after class. Like, can we meet up and talk? I thought to myself, ooh, she likes me. I said she would. She likes me. Yo, she liked the boy. She liked the boy. She wants to date me and marry me and have children. So I go up to my best friend. We'll call him Tom. I'm like, yo, Tom, I think she likes me, man. She gonna tell me after school. I'm gonna be like, I like you too. We gonna start dating. He's like, hell yeah. I'm like, hell yeah. We So I go to see her after school and she's like, so I really like your friend Tom. Could you like put in a good word for me? I was so deep in the friend zone. Like I was on some prison break. And to be fair, now as an adult, I still have some of this tendency, you know, especially when it comes to girls. For example, when I was in high school, there was this girl I really liked. It's the same scenario, best friends. I thought maybe she liked me too, but she was a year ahead of me. When I was a senior, she went off to college. I thought to myself, you know what? I'm gonna give it some time, let her enjoy college for a year, and then when I get to college, just swoop in, start dating her, marry her, put a baby in her, start a family, live in Ohio, and just blossom forever. But that was the plan. So I thought. I get to college and she's dating somebody else. Now to be fair, and I say this in the most respectful way possible, I mean no beef here, but the guy she was dating was a bitch. I'm sorry, that's so mean. That's real, I shouldn't have said that. But he was a bitch. I just thought she could do better. I just thought she deserved someone who treated her better, could do better. And I felt like he wasn't it. And that's my personal opinion. And so with that in mind, I thought to myself, you know what? I'll just wait it out till they break up, because they're gonna break up. And when they break up, I'll be right there on some Prince Charming shit and save her and go off to start a family in Ohio. 5 years later, they got married. As you can tell, there's a pattern here. When it comes to girls, I'm still the same guy. When it comes to guys, this is where I became different. Now here's where I came to understand that bullying was the best thing that ever happened to me. When I was in the 7th grade, it reached a point where it had gone too far. Now on top of stealing my stuff, shoving me in lockers, and all the other stupid shit that people did to me, which I don't even care to talk about, there was one thing that stood above all. We were in class and somebody said that someone stole their CD player. Now most of you guys may not know what CD players are. They're from the Stone Ages, but we used to carry around these like CD players. You'd put CD in them and then the CD would spin and you plugged in your headphones to them and you could jam some music. You know, that was back in the 50s. You're probably too young to remember all this. And someone said, yo, someone stole my CD player. So our teacher, we'll call her Mrs. Springsteen, which by the way, Mrs. Springsteen was also a bitch, locked the doors and was gonna search everybody's bag. Now keep in mind, I don't steal. I'm not a thief. I can't even lie. I'm the most honest person on the planet, second to my mother. So I put my bag on the table, confident. Boom, here's my bag. Search it. I don't give a f. I would never steal anything. I did not steal. They found it in my bag. They found it in my goddamn bag. And I remember turning around and looking at the one guy, one of my 3 bullies, one guy, and I knew it was him. I looked at him. He saw me look at him. We looked at each other and I was like, you motherfucker. I couldn't believe it. I cannot believe they had done this to me. My Apple Watch just told me to breathe. So I got sent to the principal's office for stealing something I didn't steal. Yeah. My parents came, I told them what happened. Now granted, I've always been honest. I've always been honest with my parents. I mean, when I told my parents that I didn't do it, they believed me. And they felt like the bullying had gone too far and it was time for me to switch schools. My dad was like, Kevin, we gotta move you to an English school. There was no other French schools in the country or in the city or wherever the f. He looked at me and he said, yeah, we gotta move you to an English school. I looked at my dad and I was like, mais papa, je parle pas anglais. Comment je vais aller à une école anglaise si je parle pas anglais? Ça ne va pas marcher. Which is French for, what the f are you talking about? So I moved to an English school, which sucks because I didn't speak English. I moved to HIS, Harare International School. I was there from 8th grade till 10th grade. Now at the time, whether I realized it or not, moving to an English school changed my life. Because first, I was able to learn English. Second, I was able to kind of reinvent myself. I could still be this, you know, soft, sweet dad, lover boy, but at the same time, I could also not let anybody push me around. Now this is where sports came in. I became more of an athlete, became more involved with the school, and like, you know, I became Sugar K. I was still friend zoned by all the girls. Till this day, I still get friend zoned by just about every girl in the world. I'm on some prison break. Let me tell you, I'm trying to break out of the friend zone since Michael Scofield broke out of Fox Rivers. Anyways, I got to learn English. I got to turn my swagger on a little bit. And then eventually I got to move to the US and go to school here and then go to college here. But that would have happened if I didn't speak English. And that would have happened if I hadn't switched to an English school. And that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't gotten bullied. So getting bullied, whether I realize it or not, changed my whole life for the better. Sure, at the time it sucked. Getting bullied sucks. There's nothing good about getting bullied. I don't wish that upon anybody. Nobody should have to go through getting bullied. But what came out of me being bullied was actually the best thing that ever happened to me. 7th grade was the worst year of my life, but it led to the best years of my life. And it took me over 10 years to realize that. Now looking back, I'm like, holy shit, thank you. Whether you realize it or not, you gave me the life I have today. So that's my lesson. Whether you realize it or not, everything happens for a reason. Now sometimes things will happen to you and right away they don't make sense. They make you angry, they make you sad, they make you feel like shit. But give it time. Give it one more day, one more week, one more year, 10 more years, and one day you may look back and realize, holy shit, I'm so happy that happened to me. It sucked back then, but it turned out to be for the best. So a message to my bullies and to the guy who put that CD player in my bag is, thank you, you piece of shit. That's my lesson, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the story. And if you did, give it a thumbs up. I want to get this video to 10,000 likes. If you want to see more stories, let me know in the comments. I got a lot of stories, a lot. To anybody out there who's going through a hard time right now, whether you're getting bullied or you're depressed, you're trying to get out of a bad situation, you're in a bad phase, I promise you, always darkest before the dawn. The lower you fall, the higher you bounce back. Just have faith, get through it, keep giving it one more day, because I promise you, things will always get better. I love you. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye. I just broke my door. 100% worth it.